This is the NSCAA TV's weekly presentation of the 2014 Men's College Soccer Review, and it comes to you right now and right here on NSCAA TV. And welcome to College Park, Maryland, the house that Sasho built. The crew will be in attendance tonight, perhaps one of the greatest places to watch a college soccer game and a perfect place to kick out the 2014 NSCAA College Soccer Review Show. Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke, delighted to be the voice of the NSCAA, and we've got a huge show on tap for you today. Let's take a look at everything we've got on tap as we look right here. You got Keith Tabatsnik, my longtime color man, joining me. We'll also be joined by Rob Kehoe. We'll have the NSCAA Continental Tire Men's Division I Top 10. We'll break down Division 2 and 3, take a look at junior college and NAIA as well. And with that, I welcome in my longtime broadcast partner, Keith Tabatsnik. And Keith, I can't think of a better place to kick off the College Soccer Review Show.
Well, no, absolutely, right here at Ludwig Field, in College Park, Maryland, perennially one of the, challengers for the NCAA title. 2 NCAA titles already, 2005 and 2008 under Sasho, but certainly third game of our season with the men's program, and it has not been a lack of excitement in any of those games yet.
Boy, a perfect segue. Keith will do it for you. I'll tell you what, we kicked it off in Utah Valley. A record crowd, first ever time men's Division I soccer was in Utah, and break it down. How beautiful was that?
Well, I'll tell you, it was fantastic being out there, and Greg Moss, the head coach there, and Matt Ellinger, the associate head coach, were fantastic hosts and the rest of the school. But the very first goal ever in the history, Carson Payton scoring that, the first of five different players scoring for Utah Valley. They defeated University of Massachusetts 5-1 in their opener.
And then last night in West Virginia taking it to Virginia Tech. Andy Bevan on fire.
Yeah, and that was the Andy Bevan show, and that was Mike Desiderio scoring the first goal on the header, going for the flip on his celebration, and deservedly so. One goal there, and by the way, Dean, only 36 seconds later, Bevan takes it to his right foot. That's Jamie Merriam getting in for his third goal of the season. And they weren't finished yet, by the way. Bevan, he got 2 assists on there, and now he's going to go and he's going to put this game away. Bevan on his own. Everyone thinks he's passing again, but no, he puts it away. Bevan, a goal and 2 assists for West Virginia.
An impressive victory for Marlon LeBlanc in West Virginia. And just a night later, here we are at Maryland getting set. Before we get to the top 10, who is your prediction to win it all early on, Keith?
Well, my prediction, you don't let Sasho hear this right now, okay? He's not around, is he? Okay, my prediction is UCLA, and they are number 1 right now. That's not the reason it's my prediction. They have had just a talented group for a number of years, played so well over the time, and if they can have the depth to go through the season, I think they are such a tough team. Jorge Salcedo's got it going out there.
All right, let's take a look at the NSCAA Continental Tire Top 10. Now, remember, this is as of September 5th. You see the Bruins at number 1 right there. Keith, who else do you like?
Well, one of the things here is that you got UCLA, one of 2 Pac-12 teams there, along with Washington. You also have 3 ACC teams. 2 of them are the new teams, Louisville and Maryland, by the way. Louisville and Notre Dame. All right, Maryland, the new team for the Big Ten Conference, 2 of them in there and 2 in the Big East. That's just going to keep moving around, but you will not see UCLA out of the top 10 the entire year. That's one thing I'll guarantee.
Good stuff. Keith Tabatsnik, your NSCAA Continental Tire Top 10. And, we couldn't do the college soccer special without the amazing work of Rob Kehoe, the Director of College Services for the NSCAA. And, Rob, it's been perhaps the busiest time for you as college soccer at the Division I level, talking about 2 seasons.
Well, it's been something that's been talked about for a couple decades, as Keith knows from his background as the Georgetown coach. But looking at it now, perhaps the timing is right, certainly, to have the conversation. This Monday in Washington, D.C., the Knight Commission is having a conference, and the theme of it is New Era, New Approaches. And so looking at that, looking at the idea of possibly changing the structure of college soccer, which has been viewed as a condensed season, too many games, too short a period of time for those games, and with the change in the growth of the game, youth are playing 10 months out of the year. the college soccer coaches on the men's side have been looking at this to say, let's look at possibly changing the structure and making it a full academic year season that would limit games to 1 game a week, mostly on weekends, eliminate many missed classes that they have in the fall, and also be beneficial toward the rest and recovery of athletes between the games.
Rob, you talked about, the time is right, and this was one of the things, of course, that, we wondered, we've been talking about it for a couple decades, and so often we've said, it's just not going to happen, just not going to happen. You've just said the reason. Now, this is really a betterment of the student-athlete situation, but is there not also a benefit for those that want to go on and play in the pros?
Well, we think so. I mean, certainly with the idea of extending the playing season, it provides more training opportunities. As you know, right now with the fall season, they come in mid-August for training camp. They start exhibition games within a week. Then they start the regular season within 2. And then the training times during the fall season are basically recovery and regeneration times just to get ready for the next game. So this would extend many more training opportunities and have games where the players are playing fresher. So for those who have the ambition and ability to play at the next level, certainly we feel that this would enhance their opportunity and their development.
Rob, we're going to ask you to stand by. When we come back, we're going to unveil the rest of the schedule here on NSCAA TV. Right now, though, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at Division II, Division III, NJCAA, and NAIA men's college soccer covered right here on NSCAA TV.
You watch the match live. You road trip to the away games. You rise and fall with every run. Above all, you live your love of the game. Whatever you do, get there with Continental Tires and improve your grip with extreme contact traction.
Continental Tire, for what you do.
The NSCAA convention to me is probably the best place to get any sort of education of a wide variety that you can go in the world.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm ready to go on.
Super excited.
Pretty excited.
Oh, super excited, yes. Now I'm excited to just be a part of it and experience it all, take it all in.
Welcome back here. You see the 2008 National Championship goal right there for the University of Maryland under Sasho Soroski. A couple of those goals here at Ludwig Field where the Crew makes up one of the best fan bases in the entire country. Dean Linke still with Keith the Batsick. And Keith, before we get to Division II, since we are at Maryland, you can't count them out for a run either.
No, you never count them out. In fact, sometimes teams have counted them out early in the season, and then all of a sudden at the end they're there. And one of the big reasons is the depth that they have every single year, not only to get through a game, a tough game, but to get from game to game during the season. We just talked about how the season is compact. That makes depth even more important. Maryland always has that.
All right, let's take a look now at some of the stories for Division II men's college soccer. You see it right there. That they're just getting started. Of course, Southern New Hampshire, the NSCAA Coach of the Year, Mark Hubbard, #1 as the defending champ.
They're #1. You see Carson Newman behind them, and then Simon Fraser, always a team that you name there. But there's a team out on the West Coast as well that might be ready to get into that top 3. The #9 team, UC San Diego, Johnny Pascal's team, coming from behind in their opener to defeat St. Martin's 2-1. They're 11-3-1 in season openers. You don't want to be out there playing them at the beginning.
All right, let's take a look now at Division III men's college soccer. There's Messiah. They're always there. Loris at #2, but Rutgers University Camden, they made a run last year, but they've dropped 10 from #2 to #12.
Yeah, they made a deep run last year, but the fact is this maybe should be renamed the Messiah Division III, men's rankings, because they have won the title 10 times. They are good with that bullseye on their back, and it doesn't look any different this year.
Great job, Keith. Let's take a look now at junior college. So much excitement a year ago at both Division I and Division III. We start there with Division III men. You see Herkimer, your reigning champs, undefeated.
Yeah, with Herkimer undefeated, Pepe Aragon has a dynasty there in New York at Herkimer, #1 spot again. But watch out, you see Cerritos jumping from California, jumping 10 spots from the 12 to the #2.
All right, and junior college Division I men also is very key, but we'll now switch it to NAI men. And, of course, Martin Methodist of Tennessee had a great year last year as they won it all. And Martin Methodist, and the first top 25 coaches poll will be announced on September 23rd. But when you think about Martin Methodist, they entered 2014 with the longest unbeaten active streak in the NAIA with a 13-game streak. And as you look ahead, we talk about the poll being released on September 23rd. Overall, Keith, the Southern States Athletic Conference has been the power conference in NAIA men's soccer in recent years with 47 straight polls in which the league has tied or placed the most teams in the top 25.
Yeah, in fact, the last time a conference team did not tie or have the highest amount of schools was September 28, 2010. Coach Scott Morrissey of Rio Grande in Ohio and Brian Harvey of Oklahoma City both have an outside shot at cracking 400 wins this year. Morrissey currently stands with 389, 3-0-0 this year.
All right, Coach Tom Maxson of Morningside, Iowa, has a chance this year to join the 200-win club. He stands at 191, 138 and 20. And also want to remind you that the NAIA Men's Soccer National Championship for the next 2 years will take place at a new site, Hilltopper Stadium in Delray Beach. Now we want to show you that exciting NSCAA TV schedule that we've been telling you about. Incredible job Rob Kehoe has done putting it together. First, we'll start with the Division II game of the week. We'll end with the Division I game of the week. But as you take a look at that, Keith, some very good teams. Barry's always very good.
Yeah, well, Barry forever has been good down there. Always a challenge for the national title. But I say this is just one of the things is so great to have these on here. I may be taking Rob's spot here in a way, but the fact that you can see so many different levels of the game right now, and you got to take advantage of it. Players looking to go to go into college from all different levels.
Division III for Turbo Sports game of the week. A couple of them: Ohio Wesleyan and Ohio Northern. Of course, we know the Ohio Wesleyan coach very well.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. In Ohio, it is always those two teams in the cross-state rivalry. For Division III, it's great to have that on TV.
Few NAI games as well. As part of the package on NSCAA TV, Georgia Gwinnett getting it done. Dominic Martelli is down there as well, so that'll be exciting.
Oh, yeah, and the Georgia Gwinnett program and school has just come on the map and put so much into their facilities. They're very excited about their soccer there.
Let's take a look now at the 20-game package that Rob Kehoe was so instrumental. We've got 3 in the book after this one, but, boy, look at that as you take a look at the October games as we'll go back to front here. But those are some exciting games here to end the campaign.
Well, if you look at our schedule, we have our favorites, that places that we've been going to for years. Santa Barbara, of course, here at Ludwig Field. We've been at Akron a number of years, UConn, and we have some wonderful games at those locations. And then some new places also. We're going to Seattle University. We're going to Illinois State University for a women's game where Illinois State in the Missouri Valley Conference is one that has made the NCAA tournament, and they'll be playing Boston College that's coming out to Illinois State to play that game. So we have some really, really exciting games. And September 20th, we'll have Santa Barbara against UCLA, which is always a tremendous time going there. And then some of our in-state games that are going to be, I think, very exciting. Bucknell, Penn State, George Mason against Virginia. This one tonight, UMBC coming down the pike to play Maryland. So we're very excited about this season. I think we have 18 conferences represented in our 20 games.
Those are the men's broadcasts, and finally we'll show you the women's broadcast here at the Division I level, Rob. And as you said, big game, UVA, Tennessee, and how about Florida State? They almost won it last year.
Well, if you look at that schedule, William and Mary and Richmond is going to be a really exciting match of those two Virginia schools. And then UVA, Tennessee, where we bring the ACC and the SEC together. Unfortunately, Morgan Bryan's going to be on national team duty, so we won't get to see the reigning Herman Trophy winner that night. And then, as you said, UConn, Florida State, West Virginia, Texas Tech, and both of those Big 12. And then your favorite, Ohio U and Miami U. The Southern Ohio battle in the MAC, and we're very excited about that and the uniqueness of that feature where the crew from the European trip for the World Cup is going to be on to be the production team with you, Dean. So we're very excited about this schedule, all 20 games.
Great work, Rob Kehoe, as always. Amazing as you take a look at it. Of course, we couldn't do it without our good friends from Continental Tire. Of course, Continental Tire, proud to be the presenting sponsor of the NSCAA College Soccer Special and the NSCAA TV College Soccer Review Show. So, want to thank a lot of people here. It's been a jam-packed show here from Ludwig Field. All the great folks at the NSCAA, including Rob Keogh, who joined us. How about Kyle Lang, our director, and then, of course, Keith the Batsnake. I am Dean Linke. To learn more about the NSCAA, visit nscaa.com. And thank you for watching NSCAA TV.